There were earlier lights. There were earlier, the dawn was beginning to be seen throughout the world. And there were remarkable things happening in the United States and throughout the world at the time of the Restoration.
This event at Lexington, these events at Lexington and Concord, are celebrated in poetry. In 1837, Ralph Waldo Emerson writes a poem that's read on the 4th of July ceremonies there. It's called the Concord Hymn, and it's actually engraven, a portion of the poem, on the Minuteman statue that stands at the North Bridge today in Concord. And here's the first stanza of that poem. By the rude bridge that arched the flood, their flag to April's breeze unfurled. Here once the embattled farmers stood and fired the shot heard round the world. And that phrase, the shot heard round the world, is what most people remember today. It's not really referring to either one of the shots, either at Lexington or Concord, but kind of a metaphorical shot that it began the revolution that really changed the world. The Lord's hand is involved time and time and time again. And it's interesting to see how the Lord placed these people that participated, not only in the Army. We had some amazing folks. We had some incompetent folks as well, but by and large, when we needed them, we had really amazing folks, and especially Washington. George Washington is the man. And we know from a Latter-day Saint perspective that he was placed here by the Lord exactly when he was needed. And he is needed throughout the next decade. He's just always in the right place, with the right temperament, with the right background. A very commanding figure. His men just loved him. After Lexington and Concord, the Continental Congress realized that they need to take charge of this. This fight is bigger than just Massachusetts. And so, not quite by acclamation, but close, Washington then takes command of this rabble, this militia that's surrounding Boston. And the war for the Revolution has seriously begun. How they're in the right place at the right time, how the people in Congress are there to do what needs to be done, how they're able to rally together and actually invent this United States out of whole cloth. Rebelling successfully against a king had never been done in history. The Lord was clearly involved in what happened, the fact that we were able to have victories, especially at Yorktown, and then to reach the peace in Paris is nothing short of a miracle and set the stage for the restoration of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
I am working on a major text now entitled In the Year of Our Lord, 1820. I take my cue in that book from B.H. Roberts' classic statement that he wrote in Comprehensive History of the Church, in which he said that there were earlier lights in the morning than the rising sun, meaning that as much as we honor the first vision and the rising of the Restoration to its grand state, there were earlier lights. There were earlier, the dawn was beginning to be seen throughout the world.
For more information on hallowed ground sacred journeys, please visit virtualtours.byu.edu.